all of you weirdos and your
Oh,
incessant desire
oh
to
my God.
exacerbate and
Oh my
fan the
God.
flames
No,
of
no, no.
drama. Come on,
No.
Joe. Come on, Joe. Don't you
Whoa,
dare.
no,
Don't you
no,
dare.
hold on a
Don't you
second.
do this to me, Joe.
Hold on a second. Let me be clear. I just expressed just yesterday how I'm very proud of the fact that I managed to skirt around every major drama without that. I'm always around it, and it's never really involving me. That it's like, even though like all of a sudden I'll just see things coming. I was joking about you because that whole thing that happened with like Faran Legal Mindset and Branca and that Date-A-Max. I was like, if you watch that video from like Faran's stream, the one guy who no one's really talking about who was there is Nick. And the entire time he's literally like this. It's like almost like he has the headphones on, but he's not listening to them. It's like he's listening to like some music, and it's like Night at the Roxbury the entire
Literally
time.
am.
At the entire time, he's like, and I'm like, what is he dancing to? It's like Bronca's like, you take that back, you son of a, you call me that, and you're like.
Joe.
like seriously, like I pictured like, I don't know, Will Ferrell's gonna come out there and just start like doing the whole like Night at the Roxbury, like you're gonna flip up your collar
you gotta have your soundtrack going in your mind, otherwise you're tempted to talk, Joe. Sometimes you gotta let that shit go.
Oh my God, that was great.
No, I'm good. You guys are fine. You keep going. I've got 6 minutes left. I said that was the worst because I'm like, hey guys, I'm leaving in 14 minutes because I got to get over to.
And that's when it started. So you're like, oh my God, I still have to hold on for another like 3.5 minutes while he's screaming, you take that back or I'll come to your house and knock your teeth out. And she's like, did you call me? Oh my God.
Like, can we not do this? But all right. But no, I do place some blame at your feet.
What did I do?
I saw Joe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It started. You just the seeds. You're okay. Just the seeds. It's not your fault. You could never have seen it coming.
Yeah.
Or could you have seen it coming? Or did you see it coming, Joe?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The direct stream occurs.
Okay.
And I said, I'm out of that shit. I'm staying the fuck away from that.
I am like 9 miles from that. And I did the exact opposite. I did the exact opposite. I'm like, hey,
sure did.
Hey, you cuties, why don't you come on into my stream and let's sort this sucker out.
Like,
but here's the thing.
I'm like, what is this Joe doing? What is this? What is this fucker doing? Why would he do this?
You see, this is where the student is starting to pass the master in this area here. I was like, you know what? I can walk into this this landmine riddled land and just walk on through, get them in the same room, dropping their bombs, and I can sit there with my hands behind my back, just skating along, and in the end of my stream, when all was said and done, they walked out with new respect for each other.
Oh yeah,
and everything as
carry
friends,
over, didn't it?
And everything was totally fine. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, how the hell did Joe do that?" And it's like, they thought that I was like great and that I managed to make them friends. When really it was like, no, I was just great in not getting hit by a bomb at any time throughout that entire stream. But no, it really was my ambition. I was saying to myself, you know what?
I know.
I like Faran. Motives. I like Andrew. I like Faran. And there's no reason to have this whole friction here. And I can basically do enough to keep them each enough in check that they can actually have a dialogue, and we'll resolve this. And and I'll try and and it worked out. It worked out great. I don't think there was bad blood.
It did not work out great.
No, it did. It did
not.
That carryover. Everyone wants to. I'm going to say this. That was not a carryover from that stream. It was not a carryover at all. Because if you notice, it wasn't Branca going after Faran. I'm sure Branca still doesn't even know that was Faran's sister that he was going after. He doesn't know which girl is who. He's sitting there. He's like, I don't know what. You're another whore. So like, so he didn't know it was her sister that was the one he was butting heads with. Not that I think it would have changed anything that he said, but he wasn't going after Faran. He wasn't going after Faran. It was him, and he went after Hannah and Chrissy Mayer or whatever. But like, I'll tell you this: I felt bad when I was watching it.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. You have your thoughts.
Well, no, I want you to finish your point because I've got the follow up to all the things that you just said and why you're wrong. So that's good.
Okay. All right. So, what I would tell you is, I was actually thinking, like, when you're the host of the show in that situation where you see two of your guests going at it, that's like a very unenviable position that Faran was in. It's a very, very tough thing because you're like, should I intercede? Should I not? He's coming at my sister a little bit, really, with some harsh terminology here. And at the same time, it is the internet. This is a show, whatever. And you sort of, and every situation, you can't prep for that situation because every situation is different as far as how the vibe is and how angry they are and how people are reacting to it. It's a very unenviable position. So a lot of people are judging her harshly for it or whatever. And a lot of people are judging Branca harshly. And what I'm saying is it was chemistry that just didn't work out, but that had nothing to do. If anything, the chemistry would have been better because of my stream, not worse. And that's why I don't know why I would be held to blame.
It's a great way to write history. I love it. It's perfect.
History is written by the victors.
So a couple things, Joe.
Okay, enlighten me.
You said, "Oh, this is a little bit of the student surpassing the master."
Mm-hmm.
Right, Joe? You think I haven't done that shit before? You think you're merely adopting the grift, Joe. I was born in it. I was raised in it. I've lived it. I breathed it. It's infused into my body and my veins. I've done those streams. I've done them, Joe. I've done them many times. And I've said the same things that you have said. And I love it because you're over here like, oh no, my stream was great. They're perfect after my stream. That's certainly not why Branca was texting Faran or messaging Faran on Twitter trying to get on the Date-A-Max show. It's all the good blood is why he's getting in there. That definitely is what happened.
So wait, you think Branca went in there with the ambition of trying to blow her up because he wanted to go after her because my stream? No. I don't think that was went through his head.
No. You're misreading everything, but it's okay.
I'm not misreading. That's what I'm interpreting you to be saying right now.
You're misinterpreting then.
Okay.
No, he didn't go in to blow up on Faran's stream. But there was unfinished business from your stream and from the other stream because I think he was on someone else's. I think they were on someone else's before yours, or maybe it was just Mindset reviewing it. I think it was Mindset reviewing your stream. Mindset
was reviewing the Date-A-Max stream.
Okay.
He didn't even review my stream because there was no drama out of my stream. Yeah. Mindset reviewed the Date-A-Max stream, which happened after my stream.
Okay. But no, I think so. The thing is, with every step, you cannot divorce any step from the whole product. You cannot do it. And I would thoroughly suggest that it was contributed, which, by the way, no problem with it. Like, I don't mind what you do. I'm not here telling you not to do it.
You're just blaming the juice.
No, I'm not blaming him or you or anybody else at all, other than like, this is a volatile situation that bubbled up and blew up and I had to sit there uncomfortably for 14 minutes. So I'm very angry about that, Joe. I'm just sitting here like, please keep this fucking drama away from me. Oh my God. I want to blast it off me with a leaf blower.
I was so glad I left that stream like 20 minutes before.
That stream though was such a disaster because it was supposed to be, and it got derailed.
It's supposed to be funny, joking around, not genuine advice.
Well, I thought it was supposed to be like actually just relationship tips and discussion, like lighthearted, but like, no, here's how different types of relationships work out. Like, I was invited on with Lady Rackets, and she wasn't feeling well that night, so she didn't come on. But I still was like, oh, I guess I'll pop on for a little bit. Before I go. I think, was it a Saturday? I think it was a Saturday. So I went on to Flashcast or something afterwards, some other commitment I had made as well. And so it was like, well, I'll still go on. And I guess I can talk about what it's like to be married forever. Right. And how different like dating was versus is. But no, it's this whole idea of and I'm actually really interested in this subject in general, because you've got guys like Branca talking about stuff. You've got Drex talking about stuff that where he's like, Nick, look, you just don't understand. You're not out there. You don't know how it is. Blah blah. You got Legal Mindset saying similar things, and then you've got this panel with different women with kind of different experiences and different ideas. And I'm like, well, I'm interested in this male female dynamic. I'm interested in how relationships work out. Is it really like this? Are the red pill bros really correct? Like, is that a thing? Is this has male female interaction degenerated so heavily? And I know what the internet is going to respond to this. Now that like I say it, I know the chat's gonna be like, yes, it's exactly like this. You don't know, you've been out of it for too long, which is fine. But also I realize that the internet is a limited sample set. And specifically like live chats are going to be people with different experiences than maybe people who are not live chatting, or people who are working different hours or whatever. So I just like the subject. That's why I was there. I'm like, this will be kind of interesting. And then it turned out to be not that real quick.
Right.
It turned out to be so fucking like, I don't want to say, it was just aggressive. And it was, and I don't think it was one-sided. Like, I know people want to blame one particular side of the aggression, right. and there may have been more of one than the other. I don't really care, but I don't think it was unaggressive all around. And that's just the nature of how conversations go. Sometimes, blood gets up everywhere, and then everything comes out urgently, less contemplated, and you sometimes get a dramatic fireworks display.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it probably it could have been made a little more comfortable if someone made a joke about how, about that this stream is supposed to be like light, you know what I'm saying? Rather than like, and something to that effect. But I think you just didn't want to put yourself into the place.
I made a bunch of jokes at first.
Right.
And they got steamrolled. So I was like, well, fuck that.
All right.
I'm good. I'm good over here. I'll try and interject like a dick joke somewhere. If I could just the right erectile joke. We'll get this one. Nope. There was no saving it.
Yeah, but I'm saying is less, I like a little bit more direct than just making a joke. It's just sort of being like, a joke about like, I don't know. It's easy to Monday morning quarterback. So, it's when you're there in the moment. It was probably uncomfortable. I imagine as you're explaining, it was uncomfortable for everyone. So
yeah. Literally everyone was uncomfortable. And there were two people really involved in the firebox part of the conversation, but they looked both very uncomfortable too.
It looked like a 3-on-1 to me, actually, but not like the kind that people like to watch. Well, I guess cringe watching. Are we drinking?
It was the kind that a lot of people like to watch. Someone said in the chat real quick, Branca was not uncomfortable. You go back and look at that thing. Branca was misunderstanding what was happening, and he was very intoxicated. He was definitely uncomfortable. Like, that look on his face was something I have not seen from him before. He was angry.
Yeah, he was
in that moment.
He
was offended by what he had perceived happen. Again, he was wrong in that perception, but that doesn't change your reaction to something when you perceive it. And so if you think he was not uncomfortable in that situation, he was absolutely uncomfortable. His discomfort manifested in a completely different manner than other people's did. And everybody's on that stream manifested differently. But that's true. That's what makes live streaming interesting, though.
It is, because the three women had three completely different reactions. Like Chrissy Mary became like passive aggressive, like kind of like making like snarky type of biting, like the old man get off my lawn type of thing. Not in a lighthearted way that I think she normally does, but it was more like trying to poke him Like,
well, she was put off by his initial comments when she
which was, you're going to get divorced. Yeah. She's engaged and saying you're going to get divorced.
And she has never had any experience with him. So he had, he hadn't built up any sort of buffer credibility with her to lend on. So she just sees someone who's aggressive towards her. And I think she was actually misunderstanding what he was saying a little bit too.
Right. It was ugly.
But yeah, it was that whole thing was a mess. I don't want to dwell on it. We
just have for the last 30 minutes.
I know. Let's do something else. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
L'chaim.
Salut.